Every week we get advice from Haley Hamilton on all the best wines. This week she's going to help us kick off spring with some Sauvignon Blanc from different parts of the world. Welcome, Haley.
Hey, Kimberly.
So much fun having you here.
Thank you.
I can look forward to, let me see, maybe 5 or 6 months
Exactly, which will actually still, these wines will still be in season for that, because they're all perfect spring, perfect summertime wines. I love Sauvignon Blanc, and I think surely it's going to warm up, and these wines are going to make it warm up. So wanted to bring kind of an assortment. The nice thing about Sauvignon Blanc is it's the same grape, but it's grown all over the world.
Oh, okay.
And so you can really find how, we call it terroir, but how the land tastes differently across different regions through these wines.
Interesting.
The first one I brought is from Chateau Manette. It's a white Bordeaux. White Bordeaux, when you see that bottle, it's Sauvignon Blanc.
Oh, okay.
Usually,
why do they call it that? Because it's from Bordeaux?
Yes, and that's how European designates are. It's the region, not the grape.
Interesting. Okay.
And so it's a white Bordeaux. It's Sauvignon Blanc with a little bit of Semillon blended in.
Okay.
And so you can always tell that that's from that area. That's going to be that wine. This one is from, as I said, Chateau Manette. It's a second label of a pretty prestigious Bordeaux house in Bordeaux called Chateau Gilbot. It's a 7th generation family-owned winery. It's been around forever, in other words, and it's just a really, really beautiful example of how Bordeaux can be made really, really crisp, very minerally. The European kind of standard for Bordeaux is not as fruit forward. It's much, much drier, you really, really taste the earth, very grassy. It's a really nice kind of representation. And because it's the second label, it's not going to have the huge price tag, but it's still going to have that quality.
Great.
So.
And Sauvignon Blancs typically are a little bit, sweeter, less dry?
It depends upon the region.
You can correct me, it's okay.
No, it depends upon the region. It's not like a Riesling. It's not like a Gewürztraminer. I mean, it is still a dry white wine, but it does have more kind of fruit-forward notes to it. The European ones, the French ones, are going to be much, much drier. It's going to have more of that earth in it.
Okay,
the next one I brought is from Minor Family Vineyards. Love this winery, love this wine. It's kind of a good classic California Sauvignon Blanc. It's going to have a nice marriage of both the gooseberry and the citrus notes, along with some of that minerally kind of flavors.
The color is so different between all of them. Is that just the glass in the bottle?
It's just the bottle. Yeah, yes. But they're all kind of a nice, pretty, like kind of hay, very, very light straw colored.
And they look like they have bubbles.
It's just sometimes when they're really young, there's just a little bit of effervescence to them, but it'll dissipate. It's just something with. The nice thing about these also is you see several of them have screw caps.
Yes, that's like the big thing now, right?
It's for a wine that you're going to drink not too long after bottling it. Screw caps are fine. Some people don't like them. They're fine. They're actually, you make sure that any bottle of wine you send out is going to be good, unlike some that do have corks because of cork taint.
Right.
So it is a nice thing. Next one.
And it's easier to open.
It's so easy to open. Exactly.
Faster. You get in there faster in case of an emergency.
We have wine emergencies a lot.
We do.
I understand. Yes. The next one is from Cade. Cade is the first LEED certified, very green, sustainable winery in Napa Valley. This one, it brings in it's estate fruit up on Howell Mountain, and it brings in a lot of those grassy notes. It has lots of kind of lychee fruit, melon, grassy notes. It's really, really, it's where some of the others might be a little more citrusy. This one does bring in kind of more of those like melony, pear, and apple kind of notes. So beautiful wine, and it's, as I said, it's sustainable. The winery, it's all solar power, solar energy powered.
Oh, that's neat. Really quickly, let's do these two last ones really fast.
Kim Crawford is one of the kind of leading wineries in New Zealand. New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc that's their grape, and Kim Crawford has done beautifully with it.
And I smelled it, and it smells like a grapefruit juice. It
does. It has lots of citrus. You can kind of identify New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc by that. So it has lots of lemon, lime, tangerine, grapefruit notes, and is just beautiful. Last one real quick is from Cockerell. It's their terroir. It's actually barrel aged, so it's made in a traditional white Bordeaux style, but they actually ferment it in barrels and then leave it on the yeast, so it actually brings in an additional layer of creaminess. Still has that fruit, but really nice, creamy kind of vanilla.
You've talked about this vineyard before.
I love
it's a popular vineyard. Keith's going to try this while I close us out. Thanks, Haley.
Cheers.
Wonderful tips. It smells fantastic. Let us know what you think, Keith. You can see more of Haley's wonderful wine advice. Thumbs up at DallasUncorked.org or by checking out our website at dliving.tv. You can take it with you, buddy. Take it back to the